Alright, we're moving into Chapter 3 now. And in Chapter 3, we're starting to talk about decimal numbers. You're already very familiar with decimal numbers, most likely. We see them all over the place. We see them on calculators. We deal with them when we're dealing with money. Frankly, I think they're a lot easier to deal with, and this is why a system like the metric system works. It's so nice to work with, because it utilizes the decimal number system so heavily, as opposed to using fractions like the U.S. system of measurements. In any case, so the reason the decimal system is so nice is because it breaks each digit breaks up into its own place value. Obviously, we've already seen when you're to the left of the decimal place, you have your hundreds place, your tens, and your ones place. Once you get to the right side of the decimal place, it goes tenths. You'll notice there is no ones place. It goes straight to tenths. And you'll also notice the th that's on tenth. Everything that's off to the right, all the place values off to the right, will have that th. And I'll talk about why that is. We have hundredths, we have thousandths, we would have 10,000ths, we would have 100,000ths, and so on. It's essentially the same pattern you see off to the left, except you're kind of starting, like I said, you would have tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. We would go tenths, hundredths, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and so on. It's just in the other direction. All right. Let's see. Like I said, we see this with dollars, with money. $243. That you could kind of count that out using various, using various parts of the currency. You could get all of that out. Let's see. In any case, if you're actually wanting to use words to pronounce the numbers, I know it's very common to a number like this. I would just say 0.6, frankly. If you're being kind of more technical about it, we would actually pronounce this by using the place value wherever the number ends. So this ends in the tenths place, so this would be 6 tenths, because it ended in the tenths place. And you would just say whatever number is there, kind of ignoring the decimal place. This one right here, well, I guess ignoring the decimal place because there's nothing off to the left. On this one, what we would do is if there's digits, or if there's values, both non-zero values on both the left and the right side of the decimal place, you're going to use the word "and" where the decimal occurs. So this is going to be 7, because that's the number off to the left of the decimal. We'll say "and" to denote that we're at the decimal place, and then we're going to look at this number. This is just 5. If you ignore this stuff, that leading 0 doesn't really mean anything. It would just be 5. And we go by what place value it ends in. So this is the tenths, this is the hundredths place. So this would be 7 and 5 hundredths. And that's the same pattern we use for all of these. Here we have a 12 off to the left of the decimal place, so we'll start with that. Then I'll say "and" because that's the decimal place right there. And then I'll look to see what's left over. We have 267. And it ends in the, this is the tenths, hundredths, thousandths place. So this is going to be 267 thousandths. On this one, it's really not. You get some people that are all uptight about wanting to say that you have to precede every single decimal. Every single decimal that's between 0 and 1. It would have to be 0 point something. I don't really, frankly, I don't care. I don't think it really matters. You're going to be typing this stuff in anyway. The argument for why you should include the 0 over there is to make it more clear that there's a decimal place there, and that the little dot, that the decimal place there actually should be there. For this number, if we just kind of ignore everything that's going on, well, there is nothing going on to the left. Then there's the decimal place. We don't need to say "and" when there's nothing off to the left. We'll just start with 65. And this ends in the, let's see, this is the tenths, hundredths, thousandths, ten thousandths place. So this would be 65 ten thousandths.